Reading Power. You brought us to a boxing gym. I can't remember the last time I did any exercise, so I can. There's a sit bucket over there, so thankfully. Why? You're a bit of a keen boxer, aren't you?
Yeah, I love boxing.
Yeah.
I like racing, it's my job. I like to be competitive, that's where my fuel comes for racing, but boxing is something I've always loved, I've always had a lot of attention to it. And it's a great training, like physically, mentally, also with psychology. It's amazing for everything that I need for racing.
Yeah.
I can get with boxing, and you'll probably find a bit of that out today.
I mean, there's not a lot of people in the racing paddock that do boxing, is it? Is it seen as being dangerous? I mean,
there are more doing it. I see more doing it slowly, which is quite a good thing. I think it's one of the best trainings. And I think a lot of people don't do it because they refer to boxing as fighting. It's not a good image. You know, I've been sparring, I've had black eyes and stuff, and they don't like, it's not a thing that sponsors want, but I'm not fighting, I'm sparring in a ring with headgear.
Yeah. That's
how it goes. So people are maybe a bit lenient to it because of that, but for me, I get so much from it that it's just part of my everyday training.
Well, I've got these tapes on, and right, let's give it a go.
Got a dab on, we only did warm up.
I'm sweating already. Right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Get gloves on. Getting a man ready for battle. You in?
Yeah.
Can you do push-ups?
Come on. No, I need to.
Do a push-up. I want to see you do a push-up. Down up. You can do push-ups. Come on. I think that floor's lava, mate.
Oh, you bastard.
Come on, dig deep. Pain is an emotion, mate. Squats. Ready? Ready?
No.
Yeah, go. One. Come on, two.
Oh, mate.
Burning.
Done my hammy.
Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. You didn't finish. So why you haven't finished? Come on. 3, 4, 5. Right. Squats. Get up. 20 squats. Ready? Go.
What do you do every day?
Come on. 2, 3, 4. Come on.
My shorts gone down.
Always an excuse, can't you see? Keep going. Rip them out. Oh, mate.
I've got skippers.
Yeah, you sweated it out. You got 1, 2.
Yeah.
You got left hook, right hook. 1, 2. Left hook, right hook. And we'll just base with that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I've lost my radio. I've lost the radio. Right, we'll do this one together. You on this bag, I on this one.
Yeah.
30. 10 again. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Get in. 10 more. Go. Five seconds, you got the last 30. All right, go. Come on. Go. Now. Go. Come on. Dig in. Go. Go, original. Go. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 24, 26, 29, 30. Good. Are you still alive? Are you still alive? Are you breathing?
Just, mate.
What are you sat down for? Come on.
I need a break.
Come on. When you want to be the best, you got to train to be the best, and it ain't easy. When I'm racing, a lot of riders will relate to this. When it gets hard in the race, that's what makes a difference between a good rider and a great rider, because you won't give up. So if I prepare myself to not give up when it's hard, like now I'm not going to sit down no matter how much I want to, because I can't sit down and rest in a race. So I pull through till I physically can't stand anymore and relate myself to the sick bucket, which is located over there. Keep going.
Good, jump. Right hand. 1, 2.
Come
Good,
on.
right hand.
Come on,
Good,
keep
jump.
going.
Come on. Uppercut. Right hand. 1, 2. Big right hand.
Go on.
Jump. And again.
That's it, keep going, that's
Jump.
good.
Right hand. 4. Good.
That's it, move, get out, get out. How you feeling, mate?
Jump. Right. 2. Right. Good. 1, 2. Right hand. Good. Right. 1 now. Right hand. 2. Right. Good.
Thanks for killing me, mate.
It's all right.
Oh God, I genuinely feel sick now.
It's good. Was it good training?
Yeah, loved it.
Do you understand a bit
Yeah,
where
definitely.
I'm coming from with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything new. You kind of go into it and it just feels weird and.
Like me at Oulton Park.
So yeah, BSB. You seem to be loving it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the correct word, mate. I am actually loving it.
It seems like you got a sort of buzz back in racing, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. I mean, Silverstone was kind of like, yeah, I know the place was a bit busy, everyone was a bit mad, but Oulton Park for me, that showed the true colours of BSB, and honestly, I landed with my feet on the floor. I felt so good there, even not knowing the track, having pressure to make results, but again, I've got a bike that can do good results. I feel good, and I feel happy, I feel smiling, I've got energy, and that's what I haven't had for many years in racing.
Now, I know we spoke about off camera, but you've only just come out about this crash that happened. I've just seen it on your phone, mate. It looks savage. So, I mean, we've seen a scar earlier. So can you tell everyone what exactly happened?
Yeah, I broke the ligaments in my ankle in the beginning of January.
Yeah.
So I had a month off, and then I went to go to Spain to do my training with mini bikes, motocross, like I normally do. I was 3 days into training, and I come across an accident on the mini bike and hit a concrete block and broke my femur with an open wound in my arm. And I spent most of February in hospital and recovery. So actually to come back where I did and be fastest at Monte Blanco test and to do the first few races, I feel like I come back really strong, and it hasn't really affected me at all. I've been so strong-minded after they told me I needed minimum 8 weeks to come back, and I came back in 3 weeks and 2 days or something. I was back on a bike.
Fair play.
And that made me strong for the season.
What was the reason for keeping it quiet?
Understandably, due to team sponsors and my sponsors. Obviously, if your rider's out and injured, you're going to be worried what he's capable of in the season. So between me, my management and the team, we wanted to keep it a bit on the low down. We don't want people making a fuss about it. I'm not that type of person, you know. It's happened, I haven't told anyone. Now I've released what's kind of happened after a couple of races, because it isn't affecting my result. I would never blame it in any way, because I feel fit and strong. So we did it for the sponsors and team and myself to not have any external pressure from outside, or people to go, oh yeah, but you know, you're injured. You know, you can have time. Like, no, I went to that championship and I've been trying to fight for podiums in the first race I did, even with a broken femur of 2 months old. But now people know it, they can't say anything about the previous.
And I suppose, what was the sort of reason for coming out? Was it because, reason for coming out?
I'm not like that. Maybe you, but you know.
What was the reason for you mentioning it? Because I know Jack Burdicle mentioned it on TV, and I don't think he was supposed to, was it?
Yeah, no, it was. I did tell a few people around knew, then the word got around, but a lot of people out there didn't know. And I did mention it into an interview I did before the pre-season. So I wanted to kind of drip feed to let certain people know really, but it's just to let people know. I mean, a lot of people's been saying about, oh, Scott pre-season, he's had all the time on the bike, he's got this, he's done that, blah, 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 blah. And at the end, I haven't. You know, I have been in hospital, I've been down deep, you know, it's a bad injury. Coming back from 2 injuries is hard. And just to let people know that as a rider and as me, it's not all glitz and glamour, you know, it's down and dirty, and that's the person I am.
Talk me through your first time going up Clay Hill.
Can I swear?
Yeah.
I shit my pants. I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah, I shit myself. Like, all the way around Oulton Park, I shit myself. I did 1 lap in the safety car before, and I said to Stuart, I was like, mate, where's the gravel traps? You know, I see tarmac, grass, wall, and it's funny, but it ain't funny, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I did Cadwell some years ago, and when you're going through the dangerous sections, you're slow. You're doing maybe 30, 40 mile an hour. At Oulton, you're doing 140 mile an hour up over Clay Hill, and you're brushing the wall on the inside, you know, and it keeps you on your toes. Like, you cannot make a mistake. You know, first, wow, even during the race, I was still making some mistakes into Druids, and I can tell you, if you run off there, it's game over. So you're leaning, running wide, your brain's telling you you're going wide, you need to pick up, but you're trying to override your brain saying, I can't pick up. That's not a nice feeling, but it gives that atmosphere and the character, and to be frankly honest, mate, I fucking loved it.
Oh,
you right? You're struggling there?
A little bit of sick.
Do I need to get the sick bucket for you?
We spoke in the pit lane in Oulton Park, and you were saying you had a little bit of arm, but you know, nothing major. But I mean, you go from nice wide GP tracks to Oulton Park, which is just intense. Every single millisecond around there is just bam, it's smack you in the nuts, isn't it?
Well, you've got wide, smooth, electronic, time to breathe.
Yeah.
At Oulton Park, we have no electronics, we've got no traction control, no anti-wheelie, we've got fucking whoop section down into Lodge. You know what I mean? It's like so much more rider control, which is all of this smooth movement. Then going up places like up over Clay Hill, you're pulling up over the front of the bars, which you don't really get in MotoGP at all. So all those little things, plus ride intense, because personally going faster than I think I should be going faster around Oulton. Like, I'm doing it, but not in a relaxed manner, because I'm always learning, I'm always trying to go fast, so I'm more tense. But it's more physical. You know, I'm not gonna deny it, it's more physical than a MotoGP bike. Just due to the fact you got left, right, up, down, wheelie in, camber, off camber, and on top of that, you can't make a mistake.
You haven't done Knockhill,
no,
Thruxton? You've done Thruxton, haven't you?
No.
No?
Knockhill, Thruxton, Snetterton, Brands. I did Cadwell a couple of months ago. I just did a couple of laps in the track day, so that was, I mean, I know a little bit where I'm going. Didn't know Oulton. I don't even know what other tracks on the calendar. I know Assen, and I know Donington from 2009, but you know, 10 years ago on a 125, I can guarantee it looks different. But that, to be honest, is something that I've thrived a lot of, and a lot of people thought that would be the break of Scott Redding in BSB. Taking to the likes of Oulton Park. That will wake the kid up. Yeah, it did, and I fucking loved it. You know, and I said that before in the pre-season. I love going to new tracks, and after being at Oulton, like I said, it does scare me, but I love it. I love that. Like, you're jumping out the seat, your bike's fucking moving. Like, I love it. That for me is more of a track than going to somewhere like Aragon or Barcelona or Sepang. You know, because that's what I've grew up with. This to me is new. Yeah. And I love learning tracks as fast as I can and trying to be competitive.
You must be happy. I mean, I know you haven't won a race yet, but you must be happy.
I haven't won a race yet. I mean, that's perfect words. I said if I can go to Oulton Park and make top 6, I'll be over the moon. If I can get on the podium, that will be like an ultra race win. Yeah. Every race, every practice, I got faster, I got closer. I believe if there was a race 3 at Oulton, I could definitely challenge for the podium. In the race, I did the same lap time as what I did in qualifying. So that's a big statement. I was feeling comfortable. Now we go over to Donington Park next, which I don't know the track, but I've been there. Yeah. I've won a race. I've won a GP there.
Don't know the track.
But it's more of a my track style. Like for me to do what I did at Oulton was phenomenal. Yeah. I can't take nothing away from myself. I performed great, and I shocked myself. I didn't expect to be that good and enjoy that much. So going to Donington, where that's more my characteristics of circuit, I've definitely got on the tables that I need to win in Donington. And I don't think it's unrealistic at all. And I think a lot of people are thinking, right, if we want to see the best of Scott Redding, it's going to be at Donington Park, will be the start of him.
Boom. What's that Ducati like? Is it an absolute beast?
It's a bit aggressive for BSB tracks. It's quite stiff. I mean, for superbikes with electronics, it's probably a phenomenal bike. But a lot of people don't consider for BSB, we have different RPM, we have a different exhaust, we don't have electronics, we have different front tyres. So to do like what Bautista's doing is hard for us and for me, because the bike is still good, but it's very level in BSB. Kawasaki, Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, they're all strong and all level due to not having electronics and RPM caps and everything, which is great for the racing. So you can expect to see a Bautista domination in BSB, and the circuits are not like how that World Superbike has been developed. That's been developed on World Championship Grand Prix tracks. And then we're going to places like Cadwell and Oulton Park, which that ain't what the bike's designed for. So, you know, like Brooksy doing the double at Oulton was impressive. That was more down to rider, I believe. I mean, obviously Ducati first and second means the bike worked well, but both of them boys are strong at Oulton Park any day of the week. So I think the bike does have more potential. We're still learning the bike, it's still fresh. But I feel great on it. They put out a very good package. I'd love to get my hands on a World Superbike spec and have a thrash on that.
What do those wings do anything?
Like I say, same in MotoGP. It's a bit of a give and take type of thing. They do something, but probably less than what the average person is thinking. Just gives a little bit more stability on the front, but then the way the engine's positioned, the geometry, maybe we need those wings to help for that area, so it just balances us out to maybe compared to the Yamaha that maybe doesn't wheelie so much due to the where the engine is in position. So, you know, I mean, like I can be at Silverstone or Oulton and I can't really say that we blasted anyone out of the corners.
No, it's strange, isn't it? I mean, it's not. It doesn't look like it's the same level of pace that Bautista's got in World Superbikes.
Because it's not.
No.
You know, that's what I mean. Like, we got capped more RPM before the season started. I didn't overtake anyone at Silverstone. I thought Silverstone, with that Ducati, we should win round one. And it was the opposite. I was having Suzuki's pass me comfortably. So that, for me, was like, okay, we need to work in other areas because we don't have the power like what they have in the World Superbike spec. But that's it. But I like that. Everyone has a fair game. We're all in the same boat and we all have a chance to win.
I've got to ask you about Mr. Irwin.
Okay, ask me.
What happened? What happened afterwards?
I didn't see him.
You didn't see him?
No, I mean, he came to maybe kind of apologise at Oulton test. And I said to him, I said, mate, one time sound fair enough, it's racing, but two times is going to be a different kind of reply. I'm more down for banging bars and having a good tussle. I was banging bars with Brooksy in that race, but it was clean, it was safe. But, I mean, everyone could see that that was not a 50-50. You know, I don't know where he got his 50 from, but, you know, putting the gas on, picking the bike up, there ain't no 50-50 in that. And I wasn't really pissed about taking me out as such. It was more the fact that I lost points. I'm there to do my best to win the championship. And he took away maybe another top 4 position points away from me, which if I had those now, I would be in the ballpark still. But I don't. So it is what it is. I mean, I don't mind getting stuck in. I love getting stuck into a good battle, but keep it a little bit clean, you know. So I hope for him and for me that he doesn't do it again. I'll let it go. It is what it is, and we'll move on. I'm here to do a professional game and play professional.
The consummate professional.
Try to.
Right. Thanks, mate.
No worries, mate. Good. Thanks to have you down and get your training. See how you get jelly leg down the stairs, mate.